Hello and welcome. My name is Rob Malik. I'm the Potty Mouth Preacher with Saltwater Ministry. And what I wanted to cover with you guys today was, as I know last week I got into the point where I was talking about how I had some major funding, and that these systems are organic. So I don't use any chemicals, and a lot of the interest in my systems was the fact not only was it unique and that I was reproducing saltwater animals in a captive inland open air environment, but that I also had some funding coming in on the back end of people who really cared about people's health and wanted to make sure that, you know, chemicals could be eliminated from the food. And organic has just got this unique price tag that comes with it. So the future is awesome and very bright for the system. Now, when I was 6 years old, I was living in Kansas. And me and my mom went to the lake and went to this reservoir, Marion County Reservoir. And I was going through and I was gathering rocks and I was collecting an awful lot of them. My mom says, "Rod, are you taking those home?" I said, "Yeah." And she goes, "Well, why don't you leave some for the other kids?" And I said, "Well, look at them. They got all these creatures in them." And they were small fish and old coral and clams and snails. And it was, and she goes, "Well, you know, that used to be that this lake was part of the ocean and there was a great inland sea that covered Kansas. And these were the creatures that were there." And I was standing about 6 inches of water. I looked down at my feet and looked at the fossils that I had, and then imagined that I couldn't see the other side. You know, like there was no land over there. What was that like? And that memory stuck with me. And that was a driving memory that, shoot, I'm the furthest place from the ocean. And what I want is I always wanted the ocean right next door to me. So why don't I bring the ocean next door to me? And that's what kicked off this wonderful beginning, this coming from some place nobody thought possible before that could do something like this. And yet agriculture is kind of a Kansas thing. Well, it definitely is. And that's what caused me to do the research over many years to come and achieve great things. And I'm real happy about it. The second interview that I had with the financing, the major financing, that didn't work out so well. And a lot of it is that they were concerned because my systems could produce 3 to 4 gallons of fresh water a day. They could produce the algae like they could, and I could help traditional crops. And it really felt like they were concerned about stepping on even bigger people's toes. But that was a lot of the concern. And that's unfortunate because I know, like, there are countries around in this world that if the people riot or rebel, they cut off the water supply for 3 days to get people back into what they deem good behavior again. Forget if they have freedom. You know, and that's why I'm very strong in human rights as well. You know, I don't believe in, you know, supporting governments where within their doctrine they talk about suppression of women, you know, suppression of religious freedom. You know, if that comes from, you know, of course we live in the world that we live and you can't fix everybody. But if you have a government that doctrinalizes suppression of people for color, you know, and race and belief, that's just not workable with me. Or sex, you know, that to me is just something that should be changed and needs to be changed. So I have high standards. I don't think they should be that high, but they seem to be high in a world that just seems to do a lot of things that are backwards. And well, maybe that's the way I think, and maybe there's a reason why I have something like this. So to bring opportunity to people, to maybe lessen the suppression, improve the quality of lives that people can, and then taking out maybe the weather conditions out of an environment to grow food, and then it's only a political matter then, and it shows out more. So once again, I'm Rob Malik. I'm the chiefest among sinners, the least of all believers. Signing off to you.